Leadership, 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 success, success, success. Hi, my name is Jonathan Medina. I'm America's #1 youth motivator. I'm your teacher, I'm your coach, I'm your friend, and I'm your teammate. And today we're talking about leadership and success. It's also National Gear Up Week. I'm super pumped and excited to be with you guys. I'm so excited that I'm going to be with McGregor Junior High and High School. Thank you so much to Ms. Barry for inviting me to be with you guys and the Region 12 Gear Up College and Career Success. It's National Gear Up Week. Let's go. And so just to let you know about what's going to go on today. Today we're going to be talking about, well, first I got to let you guys know that if you stay all the way until the end, I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to be giving away $100 to one of you. One of you will be the lucky winner of $100. I'm also going to talk about a personal pandemic. I'm going to talk about grip and overcoming. And I'm also going to talk about something that happened to me when I was in 9th grade. Now, normally someone like Miss Barry would be introducing me. Normally, they'd be introducing me and saying something like, Jonathan has spoken to over 1,000 schools nationwide. Normally, Ms. Barry would say something like that at places such as Harvard, Texas A&M, and schools from New York City all the way to Los Angeles. They might say that I've reached over 1 million students, educators, parents, in live audiences. That I was a Georgetown University football player where I was a starter for 2 years, that I've been featured on ESPN, NBC, ABC, Fox, and TED, that I was a best-selling author. That's a brand new one. Some of you guys are going to be getting my brand new best-selling book, Student Leadership Playbook. And then I also broke the record at McDonald's for the most Happy Meals eaten in one day. But it's not all about that. All those things are really cool, but I want to talk to you guys first. Before I was ever a record breaker, before I was an author, before I was a speaker, I had a vision when I was in middle school and high school. I had a vision that I wanted to go to college. I had a vision that I wanted to have an amazing career. I had a vision that I wanted to have success in my life. And so what I want to ask you guys is, what is your vision? People hyped up 2020. They had been hyping it up. They had been talking about how this was going to be the year of vision. They had said that 2020 vision was what this year was going to be all about. So I want to know, what is the vision that you have for 2020? What is the vision for what you're going to accomplish in 2020? If you're watching this video, I know you're the kind of person that is not like everyone else, not like all the people that gave up on their vision, not like all the people that are waiting for the year to be over, not like all the people that are saying they're going to take a pass on 2020. I know that you are the kind of person that's taking advantage of 2020. You are the kind of person that's going to have an amazing 2020 vision. So I want you guys to write down in the comments, get on the comments and write down the word vision. And then I want you to write down, what is your personal vision? Region 12 Gear Up, they have a vision that you are going to be successful in your career, that you're going to be successful and college ready. But what is your personal vision? What is your vision? What university do you want to go to? What is your, or what's your vision for this upcoming year? How are you going to prepare yourself to be college ready? How are you going to prepare yourself to be career ready? I want to know what your vision is for 2020. And then I want to know, I want you to think about your 2024 vision, your 2025 vision. When you are graduating high school, I want you to think about what that moment is going to be like. What is it going to be like when you are walking the stage? What's it going to be like when you have everybody watching you, when you shake the principal of your high school's hand? What's it going to be like when you throw your cap up in the air? What's it going to be like when you are being celebrated, family members driving across the state to come see you? Maybe they're coming from across the country to see you walk that stage, graduate, and they're so pumped and excited about what you're doing right after that. What are you doing right after you graduate high school? I had a friend who went to Texas A&M. He went right into classes. He finished school, he finished high school, and then boom, right into going to classes at Texas A&M. I was working that summer to make some money so I can go to college and have some things when I got started. What is your vision for what you are going to do right after high school? I want you to think about that dream college that you're going to apply to. I want you to think about all the amazing things that you're going to do. And then I want you to think about 2030. What is your 2030 vision going to be like? What is your 2040 vision going to be like? What kind of career do you have? What kind of family do you have? What kind of income do you have? What kind of work do you do? What kind of ways do you help people? What kind of car do you drive? What are all the things about your vision for your life? Like if you were to do, there's this thing called the vision board, and people start posting pictures of their vision. If you were to imagine, what would it be like for you in 2030, 2040? 2050, 2060, and the rest of your life. Now, I'll never forget For me, my very first college visit, I went to Texas A&M, and I see that some of you guys have gone to Texas A&M on a college tour, but I went to Texas A&M on my first college trip. I remember I remember the bus coming to the school, picking us up. We took a bus all the way up to Texas A&M, and I remember seeing all the big buildings as we were driving up to the school. I remember seeing the trees and thinking, what a beautiful place. I remember thinking, someday I want to live in a building just like this. I wanted to be in the dorms. I thought to myself, I want to go to class in a building just like this. I wanted to go to a big university that had big buildings. And then we went to the field, and I thought, I want to go to a university that has a football team, and I wanted to play football. I was in 7th grade. I was playing football for the first time there in 7th grade. I had a vision for what I wanted to do. So I want to know what your vision is. Again, we're talking about colleges. So that's one of the reasons I love Gear Up. I was a Gear Up student, and because I took that 7th grade trip, because I went on that Gear Up trip, I caught a vision for what I was going to do. So what I want you to do is this upcoming week, when you have National Gear Up Week, all the different things that they have for you, I want you to do everything that Ms. Barry has you guys doing. I want you to think about all the different activities, and every single activity, I want you to see how that plants a vision in your mind, how that plants a vision in your heart, how that plants a vision deep down inside of you. And then I need you to overcome no matter what obstacles. I know this year has been a crazy year. I know this year has been different, but I still need you to overcome no matter what is going on, whether you're meeting with your school online or whether you're in person or whether you do all the college tours this year online. You are going to overcome, and you are going to experience that vision, and you're going to start to put that vision into action. You're going to overcome whatever obstacles are trying to keep you from your vision. Because that's exactly what happens. This is a quote that Ms. Barry gave me. It says, find out what happens when you don't give up. There's a lot of people out there that have given up on this year. There's a lot of people that have given up on this vision. I want you to know that if you want to be successful, if you want to be college ready, if you want to be career ready, one of the things that you must do is you must not give up. You got to find out what happens when you don't give up. And so what you need to do, and this is an absolute must, is you must overcome. So go ahead and write that in the comments. Write that on your sheet of paper, wherever you are. Write it down that you are going to overcome. And so I see that some of you guys got to go to Baylor. And so one of the things that I want to talk about today is I want to talk about how you can still have the best year even in a pandemic. You could still have the best year even when things have been hard. You can still have the best year even when things have been different. You can still have a best year even when you have to overcome even crazy things like a pandemic. There's a lot of people, just like I said, they're giving up on 2020. They're giving up on this year. Except Region 12 Gear Up has not given up on you. National Gear Up has not given up on you. We are going to be celebrating your educational achievements this year. We're going to be celebrating all the things that you're doing this year. We're going to be celebrating all the things that you will continue to do in the future. We're going to be celebrating your vision, your goals, and everything that you have in store. I'll never forget that when I took that 7th grade trip, that was the first year that I played football as well. And I remember putting my shoulder pads on. I put my helmet on. I looked in the mirror and I was like, man, I'm a stud. But my coach, he looked at me and said, son, you're terrible. My coach looked at me and said, son, you're slow. You're not good at football. You don't know what you're doing. And my coach put me on the B team. Right now, I'm 6'4". I weigh 300 pounds. But back then, I was not this big and strong person that I am today. I was at one school when I told them that I was 300 pounds. This one little girl was like, sir, that's gordo. But anyways, I don't want to bring that up right now. That's messed up if you thought that in your mind. Well, now I'm 6'4". I'm 300 pounds. But back then I was just a 7th grader that had never worked out. I was a 7th grader that had never done anything. And I felt like quitting in that moment. I felt like giving up in that moment. But my coach told me that if I worked hard, if I continued to overcome those things that I was missing, that I could go and have the change that I wanted. I could go and eventually make the A team. I could go and eventually be a great player. And so I put it in my mind, in my vision, that I was going to have what's called a growth mindset. And so I was going to grow, not just physically, but I was going to grow in my mind. I was going to believe that I could overcome no matter what. And so every single day when you are taking action and you are working towards your vision, even when you have to overcome things, or I'd rather say, especially when you have to overcome things, you're not just working out that muscle, you're working out the muscle in your heart. You're working out that muscle that's going to help you to overcome things in the future. So what I want you to do is to overcome everything. And so I spent all 7th grade and 8th grade trying to get better physically, trying to get better mentally. And by the time I'm getting into my freshman year, I'm one of the leaders now. I'm one of the top athletes now. I'm one of the guys that's pushing the pack. And so every single day, I'm spending the summer at one of my best friend's house. And every single day, we're running 2 miles to the school. We're working out. And then we're playing basketball to celebrate just having a great day. And on my way to school one day, I'm running. I have sweat coming down the side of my face. And I see that my grandfather is parked right in front of the school. There's a little restaurant that was right in front of the school. My grandfather's parked there. I hadn't seen my grandfather all summer long, so I go in to say hi to my grandfather. I want to tell him about my goals. I want to tell him about how I've gotten so much bigger and stronger, and most importantly, my grandfather would always take me to get some ice cream, so I wanted to go see my grandfather and get the ice cream, and my grandfather would give me money, so I'm pumped and excited. I'm going to see my grandfather. When I get to his table, my grandfather looks at me. He's surprised to see me. And then my grandfather tells me, "Mijo, I've been looking for you. I've been trying to find you. I didn't know where you were. Your mom is in jail. And she's going to be in jail for a very long time." And I remember feeling confused and I didn't know what to think. And I was having the most amazing summer. I was with my friends every day. I was going to school. I was working out. I was getting bigger, faster, stronger. And then all of a sudden it felt like my entire world came crashing in. It felt like my heart that had been so pumped up was now my entire body. I remember slouching and the sweat coming down my face. And I had been afraid of that moment for a very long time because I knew that my mom was doing a lot of bad stuff. I knew that she was making a lot of choices that she shouldn't make. And I was nervous that my family was going to get split up. I was the oldest of 6, and so my family, I'm worried that they're going to get split up, and that's exactly what happened. I get sent to go live with my grandfather. My other siblings, they go to other family members. My stepdad was already in jail also, so both parents in jail, family gets split up. And it seems like everything was changing and it was going to be so much harder. I go live with my grandfather. My grandfather was going to retire. He was a field worker his whole life and he doesn't get to retire. So I have to go work with him after school because he physically can't do the work anymore. And in that moment, I felt like quitting. I felt like giving up. But just like Miss Berry said in that quote, we have to find out what happens when we don't give up. See, I'm so lucky that I did not give up in that moment. I wasn't thinking that I was going to become a motivational speaker someday. I wasn't thinking about all these crazy things in the future. I was just thinking about that 1 year that I had to survive, that 1 year where I had to do good, that 1 year where I had to overcome. And then as I started to do things over and over and over, it started to create momentum. I started making more friends. I started to do better in school. I started to experience some success. And all of a sudden, it started to have momentum, just like if it was like a big avalanche. It was just creating momentum. And then I ended up having one of the best years I ever had. I ended up just being a leader in the school. I ended up being a leader academically. I ended up being a leader in my family. And so I want you to know right now, I know things may be difficult, and I'm not trying to say the pandemic is not anything hard. I personally lost a grandmother. My grandmother, she passed away because of COVID. I had family members that went to the hospital. I've been lucky that I personally, physically have not gotten COVID, but people all around me have suffered from COVID. And I know that it's scary and I know that it's difficult, but I believe that you all can overcome. I believe that you all can have a vision for this year and still have success. I believe that you all, if you participate in National Gear Up Week every single day, whatever the challenges are that Ms. Berry has for you, whatever the challenges are that you all are going to have at your high school and junior high, I know that when you guys participate every single day, you're creating that momentum. You're creating that momentum to start creating a better 2020. You're creating that momentum to have the best 2020. You're creating that momentum to have success in your career, to have success in college, to have success in your life. And so what I want you to do is we want to celebrate you. We know that you are going to have the most amazing 2020. We know that you are going to be college ready. We know that you are going to be career ready. We know that you're going to be successful in life. So we want to celebrate you. So go ahead and I'm going to give one of you guys $100. Just like I said, I just need you to go to my Instagram. It's @JMedinaSpeaks. And I didn't share with you guys before that one of my favorite quotes in Vision is, without a vision, the people perish. And so what I need you to do is, as a student, I need you to know that without a vision, the students are going to lose. Without a vision that you're going to go to college, it's a lot harder to get there. Without a vision that you're going to have an amazing career, it's a lot harder to get there. Without a vision that you're going to be successful, it's a lot harder to get there. So what I need you to do is I need you to overcome. I need you to overcome. I need you to have a vision, and I need you to never give up. I'm so grateful. I want you guys to have the most amazing year. Remember to tag me at J Medina Speaks. Tag at ED Partnerships. That's the National Gear Up Support organization. And so they want to know all about what's going on in Gear Up. Hashtag Gear Up Works. Hashtag National Gear Up Week. I want to thank Miss Berry and everyone at McGregor ISD. Thank you to Principal Fortenberry, Principal Tharp, and thank you to Miss Anderson over at the Educational Support Center over with Region 12 Gear Up. I believe that all of you guys are champions. I believe that everyone at McGregor is going to have the most amazing year. I believe that everyone at McGregor is going to have the most amazing National Gear Up Week. I believe that everyone at McGregor is going to be college ready. I believe everyone at McGregor is going to be career ready. And I know that everyone is going to be successful. I believe in you, and I know that all of you guys are champions. I need you to write it down in the comments, write it down in the chats, write it down in your mind, in your heart and soul, and say that you are a champion. I believe in you, and don't forget, it's game time.